When I was younger, I had a boyfriend who would constantly tell me to do my hair a certain way, point out girls that looked good in a certain outfit, and tell me I should get that outfit. The overall effect, I became a completely different person. I was quieter, stopped saying the wrong things, and maybe that's a good thing, but it's just not who I am. I often get things wrong and put my foot in my mouth. That's just me. Ignoring these red flags of someone trying to make you someone you're not, ignoring the fact that you are with the wrong person, will make you physically sick. You will get colds more often. You'll become allergic to things that you were never allergic to before. Your sleep will be disrupted. Your eating patterns will change. It is literally a chemical reaction, and it starts in your brain. Your emotions and your mental well-being affect your entire body. It's not an old wives' tale when they say that shock will make your hair go white. They didn't just make it up one day. It's actually a thing. However, when my friend Isabella started to get these actual physical symptoms, she did what most of us do, and she saw a lot of doctors. Her husband, who was always there for her, always showering her with gifts, looked from the outside world as if he couldn't do more for her. Behind her back, he was showering his girlfriend with exactly the same gift, the same pair of designer jeans, the same expensive perfumes. It's almost like he wanted his mistress to be a carbon copy of his wife, but without all the physical illnesses that Isabella was currently suffering with. Now, in hindsight, it's pretty clear that she was suffering with those as a result of the stress that her body was under through being with the wrong person. It was hard to see, but there were signs. Small inconsistencies, and who was changing, making Isabella feel like she was slowly losing her mind. I just want to interrupt this story just to say that I know TikTok love a bit of tea, like I know that, seen that firsthand. But I have just got off of an hour-long call with my friend, and is so much more than just a TikTok story. This is her actual life. I want to show my appreciation for the fact that last night she sat and read through years worth of text messages between her husband and his mistress, just so that I could tell you this story. She feels like there's so much we can all learn as women and men. And something that has become very apparent in this whole story, as we've read through the messages and she sent me screenshots, is that times when Isabella was physically sick with this immune disorder that she was suffering with were the times where he and his mistress were particularly close. And it is hard to say, did one cause the other, did the other cause that? It's hard to say, but neither of it is okay. Like, either your wife was sick and instead of being there for her, you went and sought comfort and tried to make somebody else like her, or you had a mistress, because the mistress outdates this mystery illness. And your wife picked up on subtle facts, and it's all there in black and white on these text messages, and internalized it. And that made her sick, physically sick. I'll let you decide. When I was with the wrong person, I gained a lot of weight. My skin was dull. Felt like I couldn't get out of bed in the morning. So obviously there's a clear link. You're in the hospital. You're running every test known to man. You are clearly unwell. Your husband is by your side, but he works very hard and he's always on his phone for that exact reason. You ask him if you can afford for you to be off work for a while you deal with this. He kind of falters for a second. He doesn't have to answer. You know that he won't say no, but that pause tells you everything that you need to know. You need to get better. It's not fair for him to have to bear this burden alone. It's a cost of living crisis, and you are a strong woman. You can overcome this. You hold his hand and you tell him that you're pleased that he's with you. You don't know how you would have coped if he hadn't have stepped in these last few months. You've never needed him before. You've always been independent. You don't like to show weakness. It's not who you are. But you showed it, and he showed you what it felt like to trust somebody in your darkest hour. He was there for you. And in your mind, this is the closest you've ever been. And when you get back home, after a few days in hospital, a friend reaches out to you. She's been so worried about you. You should go and meet her. It's not good for you being cooped up in this house every day. No, honestly, I will have her. It's not a problem at all. You go out, enjoy yourself. Just go for a few hours, let your hair down. You don't want to go, but you force yourself. He's right, you've been indoors for weeks on end. Force yourself to put a bit of makeup on, do your hair nice, all of which exhausts you. You kiss your baby goodnight and say goodbye to your husband. And as you drive away, you can't help but feel like the luckiest girl in the world. You glance down at your wrist and the shiny new bangle. He is just the most thoughtful man in the world. And you think about ways that you can repay him. When you feel better, you're going to take him on an all-inclusive holiday. Get him away from all the stress at work. Can't help but feel awful for the amount that he has to sit on his laptop and his phone these days. Yeah, she's gone now, you can come over. You see, my friend and I, Isabella, sat and cross-referenced all the messages last night. That day in the hospital when Isabella laid in bed not knowing what on earth was happening to her body, our mate Liam texted his girlfriend telling her how much he couldn't wait to be with her and how they were going to run away together. And then he ordered his wife a very expensive bracelet. But Liam is a very generous man. Ain't Liam? Very generous. He couldn't bear to leave his girlfriend out. So he bought her a matching ring and had their initials put on the inside. Just I thought it couldn't get any worse. Like, seriously? You couldn't even go on a different website? It wasn't enough jewellery? You couldn't pick something slightly different? I'm also just going to throw this in here because I don't really know how to bring this into a story. I just need you to know Isabella was given a swimming costume. It was a gift from her husband. And she didn't like it. She put it on. She was like, nah, not a bit of me. Who do you think got given the swimsuit? Who? Who do you think this man gave the swimsuit to? Just glad it wasn't the other way around, to be honest. I did a little highlight reel. There is a screenshot here of Isabella and her husband, and the mistress has written, "And just to let you know, you look much better with me." And in the same breath, like a paragraph below, she has asked her boyfriend, my friend's husband, to find out where Isabella's top is from. This is dead serious. Would love that top, is what she says. Would love that top. Is she hinting to him to buy it? Or is she hinting to him to like go rummaging through Isabella's drawers and find out where it's from? Both is disturbing. There was also a time when I remember him going overseas for work. Her being like, I can't find this top, like I really want to wear it tonight. Ended up finding it in the dirty washing. Is it possible that she could like potentially been wearing your stuff when she was in your house? Just like, yeah. Well, I never asked him because he was away. Like, stalk Instagram stories, TikToks. I think that is human nature. I mean, it's still messed up, but I think that is human nature. Like, I just want to see what the other girl looks like. The fact that this woman is walking around wearing the same perfume, stalking Isabella to the point where she's like screenshotting it and sending it to her husband, where she is zoomed in to my friend's head. Zoomed in, like this close to her ear, asking him to buy her those earrings, the same earrings that my friend's wearing. The time they arranged to meet, which is documented on text message, he says, you can't come to mine because I have a child. She lets him know that she also has a child, that she was married, and that her life has been devastated by her man cheating and bringing another woman home. And it makes total sense how now she wants Isabella's life.